Hey, howdy, hey. It's Tom with Mast Roofing and Construction. We're out here. We had this old cedar roof that needed to be taken off and a new roof put on because they were having issues with leaks and whatnot. So we did have to replace a little bit of plywood here, a little plywood there. Hey, is anyone down below? I'm tossing plywood down. Plywood coming down. There's always a little extracurriculars, but we're here to make sure those details are right. Speaking of extracurriculars, right below me here, what you have here is you have HVAC set lines running in through the roof into the house itself. So what we did was we built this box around it to give us something to flash around. There are a couple other options that could work, but we want to do what's going to be best for the client and longevity wise. You know, we don't want to be up here in 20 years recalking stuff. We want this to be set for 30, 40 years, however long this shingle roof is going to be up here. We're going to show you how that was done today. You can actually see, you know, they had to use all these different meshes and caulks and different gaskets, and just each one kept failing after another, so you got so many little layers to it, you know. They end up having this weird, ugly mess that ends up failing anyways and just costing you money in the long run. So this is why we do this, just to make sure we're not running into stupid, ugly issues, just to make sure our work is going to be good and look good. Stuff likes to stick to your gloves really bad and make it a little irritating to work with. Essentially, it has this really heavy-duty adhesive on the back, so here, I'll show you. Really likes to stick to everything, so it's really important that when you first lay it down, you lay it down right. And you just peel off this blue plastic, make sure it rolls out nice and flat. There you go. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put on our drip edge. Drip edge acts as a border for every roof plane. Basically, wherever the edge of the roof is, you're gonna have your fascia board. You know, whether it's the rake edge, where you just see mainly the metal, or the eave, where you see the gutter there. Just to make sure that transition from the roof to fascia to wall will remain nice and watertight and water resistant. Go on like that. Whoop. Listen, you can hear Ian inside the attic right now with the shop vac. Yeah. Oh, let's see what happened here. There we go. Now, I'll just make a custom cap that'll cover this and lock onto the sides in the front here. Go up to the top here, put a piece of ice and water on the back of that flange, and the top will be watertight, and all we'll have to do is base flash the sides and we'll be done. Got our first piece cut here off the roll. Let's get her bent up. Now 10 1/8 plus 1/2 inch. You can round it up to 10 3/4. Leave a little excess for our bends here. Something like this is very non-standard. Nothing, you know, this is a non-standard thing that we made ourselves. You aren't gonna find what we do anywhere else. So a lot of the times we do have to custom fabricate our own stuff. You know, that and not every roof's the same, so honestly a lot of the products that you can get that are prefabricated are meant to be cut and customized to the specific roof that you're working on and specific application that you're doing for that day. Gotcha. You're not allowed to embarrass me online. My friends will make fun of me. All my friends work trades too. We got one more bend to make. These little bends here will hook onto all three sides of the drip edge that you saw me install. and keep it locked tight. And then this back portion here is going to get nailed onto the roof. Give that a little bit of an angle cut there. I love geometry. Oh, this angle here? Well, actually, it's more like a rough guesstimate, to be honest with you, because it has the flexibility for me to be able to overbend it or underbend it, and then when I'm up on the roof, I'll get everything super nice and tight and nailed down. But before that, I'll try and work it into the exact angle that I need it to be. It's a little harder to do that with a copper. You want to be a lot more accurate with copper. Like, this is fairly close to what we're going to be working with today as far as the pitch, but the box that I built has its own pitch. So it's going to be a little bit different. I don't know. So, I mean, I do have the tools to find that angle, but this is just going to be a little bit faster and more efficient. Keep me off the roof for as little as possible. So I got another 2 of these to make. Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, get you set up with a hammer loop for your camera so you can just walk around and just be like, what's that? Something cool I could record? You know, like, just real fast. And then just so ever so gingerly take it and slide it up. Making sure we're lifting the shingles and getting this flange under the shingles here. There we go. Nice and tight. Go ahead. Start bringing everything in by hand.
It's hot up here.
It's a little toasty. Poquito caliente, amigo. There we go. Now what we'll do is I'm going to put ice and water around the front of this, get a couple steps and a couple shingles where we have our shingles ran up to, and then she'll be watertight until we get the rubber done. Woo! Woo!
Here we go.